Hi everybody! So this is the third day of Camp Nano. I didn't record this weekend. I'll admit I didn't get a ton of writing done. Most of it was just me trying to get all the pottery done. But I have a lot of my work in the kiln right now. So for those of you who don't know, kiln is basically just a really big fancy oven that gets really hot. A lot hotter than a normal oven. So I've got my pottery in this kiln cooking, and so I don't really have anything I can do right now besides write. I have written 2 poems for Escape Roll. I haven't really posted them or anything. I just know they need work. Like, they're not quite where I want them to be, so it's really hard for me to like post it unless I have it finished. So I don't know, maybe I'll post them at some point, but I am doing them. I'm just nervous about actually posting them on my Instagram. So when I started, before Camp Nano started, I was at like 18,000 some words, and now I'm at 20,000. So I'm hoping to get a couple thousand done today, because I'm not sure I'm gonna get any time tomorrow to write, because it's gonna be me finishing the pottery, you know, waiting, measuring, taking pictures so I can list it all up on the website. And I have some videos to edit too on top of that, like this one. And so yeah, I am not sure if I'll get to writing tomorrow, so I want to make sure I get as much of it done today as I can. I'm mostly excited about a lot of the prompts later. Like, there's an AI prompt which I thought would be fun, and things like that. Like, there's just a lot of prompts later in the month that are kind of fun. These first ones, I'm just like, I don't know. So but you know, I feel like it is helping me to do these escape roll poems, because it kind of gets me warmed up and helps me to think of words I wouldn't normally use, phrases, sentencing structure, things like that. And so I guess I'm kind of treating it like that. For me, is like the escape roll is kind of just my warm-up to kind of get my creative juices flowing, to get me into wanting to write. And it's kind of funny, but like, poetry for me is a little bit harder than just writing the novel, and takes me a lot longer. And so doing that hard stuff first and kind of like getting through that, it makes it easier for me just to write the story and come up with stuff for, you know, the project that I'm working on. So that's what we're gonna be doing now. So I did a couple of sprints with some of my writing buddies. I did get a bunch of sprints done with my writing friends, like I showed you. I got a couple of thousand out actually, and so that's putting me at closer to like probably like 23,000. I only have like 2, maybe 3 more scenes to write before I get to like the beginning of the midpoint and then the midpoint, which I'm really excited about, because that's really the part of the book I want to write, is the later part. So today is actually the 6th of April. So I was trying, you know, to get my collection launched, and it launched today. Yay, we got it done. However, it just, you know, sometimes you have collections, when you launch them and stuff, they go really smoothly, and then sometimes there's just a whole bunch of problems. I had emails go out the wrong day. I had coupons not working. I had my pieces not actually going live when they were supposed to, like, because usually I schedule it out, so all of the mugs and stuff that are part of this collection that I'm releasing are supposed to, when you schedule them, go out at the same time, all at once. But that didn't happen. And so, you know, I mean, they're supposed to all go at like 7 Pacific Standard Time. I try to do it a little earlier, so like when I say 7 my time, it's usually like, you know, 10 or 11 their time. It just didn't work. It was full of problems, and I've had a few sales, so that's great. But it was a long road. It was a long road to get to the collection actually launching. This definitely was not one of my smoother launches that I've done. So because of that, I didn't get any writing done. I think I'm behind on the poems too, so I'm gonna do some of that. So I have actually 3 poems I need to like catch up on for Escape Roll. I'm not sure if I'll write them all right now. I might just do like 2 of these today and then save 1 for tomorrow and kind of do 2 tomorrow. But we'll see. I'm gonna start off maybe just doing 2 of them to kind of catch up for Escape Roll. And yeah, because man, we got some catching up to do after that not so great collection launch. I am really, really glad I actually put all the prompts and broke them all down into the various poems we're supposed to be doing. Like, I'm glad I put that all in Scrivener and had that done beforehand. Because man, that would make this a heck of a lot more difficult now. But because they're all there, I can just be like, oh, I've got to write these poems for these days. And so anyways, so the poems that I'm going to need to be doing, one is attention, like the prompt is attention. The other poem that I'm probably going to try today is nocturnal animal. I'm actually really excited about that, writing a poem from, an animal perspective. And then the other one that is supposed to be for today is if I told you you would go ... I'm not sure if I'll get to that one. We might save it for tomorrow and do 2 poems tomorrow. But let's get started on some of those. So I just wrote a haiku. Obviously, it's like tiny, tiny little thing compared to some of the other poems, like eavesdrop. Eavesdrop is like, anyways, it's okay. We're gonna do this one. I actually really want to write the poem about nocturnal animals, so. I'll probably do some writing later to finish that scene, but I think that's all for this particular vlog. Thank you for coming with me, hanging out, and hopefully, I'm really hoping I get more words done and more time to write next week now that all of the chaos of my collection and everything that went wrong with it is over. You have spring break. Oh crap, I forgot that my kids are going to be home all week, things like that. So, life happens, and so it's just kind of, you gotta work with it the best you can. And yeah, so I kind of knew this was going to be a lighter week for me with writing just because of the collection launch. I guess I didn't realize to what extent it would be that way, but it is what it is. So we're going to probably be catching up later, playing catch up like next week and stuff. And yeah, I'm excited to get some more writing time in now that all the pottery craziness is over and my kids will be going back to school. Well, one of them will be going back to school. The other one's still too little, but yeah. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye! There's a couple of poems I need to catch up on. The next couple of chapters are actually going to be from the main male character perspective, as opposed to a lot of the book so far has been, my main female character's perspective.